Help, Jack, I'm becoming resentful.
Ooh, resentful. I like that. Two things that people have issues with, I think, especially in marriages that I see. I do a lot of marriage therapy, by the way. Resentfulness and pride, right? If you can't apologize, then you're prideful. And if you can't forgive, you're resentful. That's the two things that can destroy marriages. And when you're resentful, you're not going to be able to forgive somebody. How far is that going to go? This relationship doesn't seem to be on the right track at that point.
Same thing, if you're a child and you're resenting that something bad happened between you and your parents, well, you're probably not wrong. If something bad happened, it probably shouldn't have happened, but I don't own a time machine anymore. I sold it.
To me.
And I don't know many people other than Jack who do own a time machine. And so do you stay resentful? Same thing for work. If you've had a bad interaction with a boss or a coworker, there's no going back. And if you start resenting that thing, you become so toxic that you can run something that doesn't necessarily have to be to the point of no return.
Yeah. From the famous words of the philosopher Elsa, let it go, right? And this is a silly Disney movie, but it is a very, very powerful statement. Let it go. Why are you holding on to something? You're going to be resentful for what? The famous saying is that being resentful is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. Well, it doesn't hurt them. They don't care. This is hurting you. Sometimes you got to cut that tie, let it go, and move on.
Jack, I can't stop being resentful. I keep trying. It keeps coming back. Can you help me now?
It's going to take some time, probably.
There's something that causes a person to say that to us, and sometimes it's trauma. Sometimes it's the lack of feeling as though that maybe they've been understood or related to or validated in the fact that they were hurt. You might be right. You might have been good and hurt, and what happened might have been terrible. I don't doubt that. And most of the time, I don't know many people who would hear a trauma and be like, well, no, it wasn't that bad. It probably was. Mm-hmm. But what do you want to be? What's it going to make you? Because it's going to change you one way or the other. Yeah. They used to talk about George W. Bush, and I'm not talking about his policies or anything like that. If you like him, don't like him, I don't care. But when it comes to his personality, when he went into office, they said he was charismatic and likable, and when he left office, they described him as paranoid and vigilant because the war changed him. He saw the briefings, no telling what that guy went through as the president during a terrorist war. What's the war going to make you? I didn't used to be resentful. Well, are you now? Are you choosing to be? Are you fighting against it?
Yeah, a lot of times we try to help people understand the difference between being victimized and being a victim. Being victimized is something bad that happened to you, trauma or something that goes on in your life that most of the time you don't even choose. That happens, and we have really no control over that, but we do have control over the way we respond to that. So being victimized is something you can't help, but being a victim, that is a choice. And I'm not saying it's easy to not, because you feel validated to be a victim, but how does that help you in your life? If you hold resentment towards the person that hurt you, or whatever it is that or whoever it is that you're holding resentment towards, you got to let that go, because they have too much power over your life. And if you resent that person, then you obviously have no respect for them. So why would you let them have power over your life? It just doesn't make a lot of sense.
You don't have to be resentful, and you're not going to stop being resentful accidentally. Sometimes it takes some work. Sometimes it takes some time. Sometimes it takes some guidance, and that's what we do as counselors here at the Owen Clinic. Give us a call.